I've got to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't necessarily like to start off videos this way, but because this was a story that honestly I just wanted to be able to share, I'm just gonna have to, I want to do it this way. And well, because of the extremes about this story, the only thing I can possibly do, because there is language used in this that is so disturbing that even I won't be able to nobody will be able to get this up onto YouTube. So the only thing I could do, and it's because I'm almost left with no other option, is that I'll transcribe the story to you guys, courtesy from Sky News, and I'll leave a link to the article if you want to read it for yourself. Disclaimer. There is the contents of the story is disturbing, which contains evidence which some viewers may find upsetting. So, viewer discretion is advised. It really is one of those days when I actually have to give a disclaimer in the beginning of one of these. So, you're gonna have to bear with me, but it concerns this man right here. So, a teenage blankety blank blank who was caught with blank material and encouraged blank online has been jailed for 6 years. Cameron Finnigan, aged 19, from Horsham in West Sussex, joined a blankety blank group in late 2023 and told one girl to blankety herself for me on video so he could share it in the group's online chat, the Old Bailey heard. Finnigan also told members of the group that he was preparing to blankety a homeless person living in a tent near his home, Westminster's Magistrates Court was previously told. Police never found evidence of an attempt to blankety the person, but a picture of the tent was found in a chat alongside a message from the defendant that said, "I'm waiting." Finnigan, who is autistic, also accessed an 11-page blankety document which provided advice on how to carry out blankety blank, giving instructions on the type of vehicle and ideal targets. He was arrested in March 2024 and pleaded guilty to 5 charges, including possession of a document for blankety purposes and an act capable of encouraging or assisting blankety. He also admitted to having indecent images of a blankety and 2 counts of criminal damage. Prosecutor Bill Emlyn Jones, KC, said during the sentencing hearing that Finnigan became involved with the blankety blank group named 764 in October or November of 2023. The group has links to the Order of the Nine Angels, a blankety blank group linked to a string of prosecutions. Both groups encourage increasing violence, building up to potential mass casualty events, the Old Bailey heard. Finnigan communicated with other 764 members on the Telegram, Discord and Snapchat apps. One of his usernames was Acid, ACID, and he used a PIN code of 1969, the date the Blankety Bible was first published. He chatted to an individual believing to be a young girl who told him she was considering blankety. Finnigan encouraged her to do so, advised her on the method and wanted her to stream it online so he could claim it for the 764, the court was told. Discussions in the 764 Telegram chat had referred to Terror Week and Terror Season, a period between the 11th and the 19th of March 2024, in which members were encouraged to commit crimes, the judge, Mr. Justice J, heard. It was in this chat that Finnigan told the group he planned to blankety a homeless person he had identified living in a tent near the home that he shared with his adoptive mother, father, and biological sister. Finnigan was arrested in March last year on suspicion of threats to blankety and possession of a firearm. However, there was no evidence that he ever had a gun, despite claims he made to members of the 764 online. Search of his home address revealed a large tapestry of the blankety blank in his bedroom, knives, blankety, and pentagrams associated with blankety. A punch bag with a number of slash and stab marks was found outside his bedroom, the court was told. Indecent images of blankety were found on his electronic devices, as well as material bearing the 764 logo depicting blankety, 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 and interference with a blankety. The defendant had filmed himself carving words onto a car bonnet and puncturing the tyres with a large kitchen knife. And yes, by the way, that is the actual end of that's just the end of the article. And reading that and considering whether or not anything that I have censored in all of this makes, well, no, it does. If anything, it only makes it makes the list of crimes that were already committed, let alone the sort of things that Mr. Finnigan might have been capable of doing or could have carried out, must have been considered so extreme that one, the Old Bailey would not have gotten involved in this if it was something that of this incredibly serious. I have, and honestly, the only reason I even wanted to even do this video in the first place is because, well, I, in all honesty, had to sort of bring this to light, ladies and gentlemen, because even though I've heard of some stories about people from outlawed organisations in the UK causing bother here and there, this might be one of the very first times, certainly in my time, I've ever heard of anything as extreme as this. Because, yes, people committing blankety and doing all sorts of horrendous things isn't unheard of. In fact, people have certainly carried out. But this reveals that there is almost an entire organisation, an organisation, it could amount to no more than maybe 5 people as far as I know it to this knowledge, but there are people almost wanting to do horrendous and terrible things and even encourage people to do horrendous and terrible things.